Well, as you can see, this is Die Cutting Essentials. This is issue 80, and aren't those projects just quite lovely? Well, before we get into them, I want to show you the cutting die. It's called a Peony Panel, and it measures 3 3/8 by 4 inches. That's just that part. And then you have an additional one that says Sending Love, and it's just beautiful with that lattice background and the flowers. And this is done by Christina Griffins, who is the designer for Card Making Magic, a favorite of ours. So let me just walk you through some ways to use this cutting die and some other things in the magazine. So here is hints and tips for using that cutting die. And one of the things they're doing is to certainly die cut it and all of that, but you can snip the flowers out and use them individually. So we'll see some examples of that. In fact, here's one right here. You can see that they've just been snipped out, just works really beautifully. On the next page, we've got more. How lovely that is. And using that to do a lantern and just put a battery operated tea light inside. But you can see with vellum in the background, it's just a lovely one, and you can see a giant one right there. This is making it into a little tote, and there is a download to give you that piece, so you could do that. If you happen to have any arched cutting dies, you can use that as a measurement to also create that look, which is just lovely. Now here's some other ideas. Now this is called Sensational Stencils, and it's just giving you some ideas of what you can do with stencils, some step-by-step information. You get this gradated look with a stencil, and I just thought it was nice to be able to see those kinds of ideas, and that's one of the things you get with magazines. Christina is, as I said, the designer behind Card Making Magic. Festive Portals, I did check our inventory. We do have some of these left, so that's nice to share with you, and it's nice to see them in a big size. Now, these are the peonies, and this are some ideas that Christina has done. And you can see how pretty they are, how beautifully she's done them. And over here too, so that's a nice touch. Always nice to see what the designer does. This is called Pretty in Pink, and so you can see a variety of ways that this designer has used it. Again, cutting out some of the elements. In fact, on these, she didn't use the lattice background, but I'm sure she will later. There it is, and just letting those areas be evacuated. So very pretty. It has a good look. This is the Holly Jolly Christmas. That is here, and so we'll be sharing that. This is out of the Tonic collection. And Butterfly Dreams. I shared this because if you don't have butterflies, I can't imagine how you wouldn't have butterflies, but just some ways that you can use them, maybe not being specific about a certain brand, but just some things that you can do with them. And I thought that was worth taking a moment to look at it and doing some stamping on top, obviously die cutting them out, doing different sizes of them and mixing those together. That works well. Now, this is a magazine and box kit by Lisa Horton. This is a Christmas one that we did just get in stock, so I just wanted to point that out to you. And here we have, now this is Pyramid, so it is taking a design and duplicating it and then cutting it apart and building it up, if that makes any sense. Hopefully the imagery is going to give you a better idea about that. But it's just very easy to do, and you can do it with stamped images, you can do it with die cut images, topper images, whatever you like, but there's just a variety here, and then you can see them in full glory. And here's some step-by-step photography again, just to show you how you can execute that look. Finally, here are some more ideas using that gorgeous cutting die. And oh, that's interesting, to trim out the backing so you're not showing the whole thing. I like the idea of just coloring behind some areas, or just coloring on top of some of the die cut pieces. So lots of ideas there. So certainly this is a gorgeous, the Peony Panel, a 4-piece die set, because you get the outer, the inner, the outer, and the inner on all of them. So Die Cutting Essentials, issue 80. I'm delighted to have it here. It's been a long time coming, and I can tell you it is exclusively here at paperwishes.com.